Well, hello there, folks. How are you? It's lovely to see you again, as usual. And I do hope that I find you very well. And would you look at these wee crackers? These are lovely wee muffins. They really were. I was going to do chocolate ones as well. And then I remembered I'd actually done chocolate muffins before, quite a few years ago. So I've left the chocolate ones out. But I do have some beautiful lemon muffins, blueberry muffins, and raspberry and white chocolate muffins as well. I've done the lemon muffins in the larger cases, so they turned out much larger, as you can see, but I've also used the small cupcake cases just to show you the difference in size, because not everybody wants massive muffins, although Mr. Wattsford Tea does appreciate a nice big muffin. But yes, I'm just going to show you the difference between the two different sizes, but you can clearly see the difference there. So I will run you through this recipe. It's very easy. You just use the same batter for the three different types. So get your flour into a bowl. This is just your base batter, and to this we're going to add everything else, and then pop in your sugar, and then to that we're going to add the baking powder. I'm using caster sugar, but ordinary white granulated sugar will do, and then a wee pinch of salt as well. And give these dry ingredients a good whisk together just until they're nicely combined. It'll only take you a few seconds. And then we're going to create a wee well in the centre for the addition of your wet ingredients, which we're going to move on to next. So grab another bowl. To that we're going to pop in the whole milk. I recommend using full fat milk. It's just going to give them a much richer flavour. To that we're going to add some lemon juice. This is going to give you a type of buttermilk, and then a wee dash of vanilla. That's completely optional. I just think it gives them a nice flavour. And then some oil. I'm using olive oil, but use vegetable oil if you want them a wee bit lighter. And then a couple of large eggs as well. And again, just give everything a good whisk together until it's beautifully combined. Like I said, I am using olive oil. I think it just gives them a lovely, a lovely depth of flavour, but you can use vegetable oil if you prefer. Once it's nicely combined, you can just pop that into your dry ingredients, straight into the middle. And I'm going to start with my whisk, just to make sure everything is off the bottom. And once I'm at the lumpy porridge stage, I am going to switch over to a spatula, because it's a bit more gentle. You just want to fold everything together until you have a nice smooth batter, but please don't overwork your mixture. You just keep going until it's nice and smooth, and don't worry if you've got the odd lump in there, because it could be an air bubble. As you can see there will be lots of air bubbles in here, so don't just furiously beat this thinking you've still got lumps, because chances are there will be air bubbles. So all you have to do is divide your batter into three, because we are making three different kinds. If you're just making the one type, you don't have to do that, but you do want to chill that for about an hour overnight if possible. You want to start with a lovely cold batter. So for the first batch, there we've got a wee visitor there. I was turning my back. I went to wash the blueberries. I didn't even notice it was there. It was gone by the time I got back. So I was away washing the blueberries. So the first ones I'm going to do are the blueberries. So pop in the blueberries, and that's it. I'm going to keep it nice and simple. It's just blueberries, but you can add other things to this if you like. Some chocolate chips, white chocolate, dark chocolate chips would go lovely with this as well. Now I'm going to move on to the lemon. So I'm going to use some lemon extract just to make them extra lemony. That is completely optional as well, but I think it just, it just ramps it up a wee bit. We're also going to pop in some lemon juice. This is going to give you a nice tartness, and also the zest from one lemon. I've just coarsely grated this because I do want to feel the texture of the zest in the muffin, but you can do it finer if you prefer. Just give it a good stir until it's nice and smooth and combined. And the last one we're going to do is the raspberry and white chocolate, and it is just as it says on the tin, raspberry and white chocolate. So I've got some white chocolate chips here. I'm going to pop in, then I'm going to tear up my raspberries as well, just to make sure the chunks are nice and small, and they do go throughout your entire batter. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Again, just give it a good stir together until it's nicely combined, and that is you ready to go. That's my three different flavours there. So these are my cupcake cases. Like I said, I am using a mixture just to let you see the difference and size that you do get, you know, depending on what size cases you use. The brown and the white cases in the middle there are exactly the same size, but the ones in the far right that I've done first, the lemon ones, are much, much bigger. So that will result in a much taller muffin, as you will see at the end, and I will show you what these look like inside as well. So just keep going with your batter until you run out. Obviously I've got less lemon muffins because those cases are just so much bigger, but you will get around a dozen muffins from your batter. I ended up with 11, so I think I overfilled my tall lemon muffins, but never mind, 11 was plenty for us. So just keep going, like I say, until you run out of batter. And I'm just going to pop in some sugar just to the tops of the muffins, because that's going to give you a nice crunchy domed top. It's just a texture thing, and again, you don't have to do this if you don't want a crunchy top. I just think it adds a wee bit of interest. I'm going to pop some extra blueberries in the top of the blueberry muffins. Just 2 or 3 will do. You don't want to overload them with blueberries. You don't want them more blueberry than muffin, and the same with the raspberry muffins as well. And I nearly forgot about that wee one to the left there, the blueberry one, but yeah, I remembered in the end. So don't forget your sugar on the top if you do want a nice crunchy top. And that's you done. So you want to preheat your oven. You want to start off with quite a high oven, 220C or gas mark 7. Pop them in for 5 minutes and then lower the heat of your oven to 180C or gas mark 4. Give them about 15 to 20 minutes until they look something like this, or if you put a wee knife or a skewer in, you know, and it comes out clean or just ever so slightly sticky, they will be done. And you can definitely see the difference there between those tall lemon muffins and the wee chaps at the side there. But they just taste exactly the same because obviously it's the same batter. But these were fantastic. Mr. Watts for Tea and the girls have tried all 3 of these, and the favourite by far were the lemon ones, closely followed by the raspberry and white chocolate, and the blueberry was bringing up the end. So I'll just quickly show you the inside for those who've hung on to the end just for that. So this is the middle of the lemon one. Now you could obviously pop some lemon curd or something, you know, if you had a corer, and just take some of the cake out and put the lemon curd inside and pop a wee bit of the cake back on the top as a sort of secret middle if you like. And this is the white chocolate and raspberry one here. This is actually the next day, this morning, because I completely forgot when I done these yesterday to do these wee final shots. So these are next day muffins, and they are still beautifully moist, and yeah, well, you can see that there. The texture is just fabulous. And last but not least, we have the blueberry, and this one I think got all of the blueberries because I think it's probably 70% blueberries and 30% muffin, but they were fabulous. So thank you very much for staying on if you're still here. And if you do like these kinds of videos and you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing just before you go. And as usual, a huge thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page, and to the channel members here on YouTube as well. And for you all for watching, leaving your lovely comments, and for those that share the videos as well, it's all very much appreciated. So I will catch up with you tomorrow for our week shopping unbagging, or back on Sunday for meals of the week, or even back next week for another wee recipe or whatever comes my way. But whenever you choose to join me again, have a wonderful rest of your day, and yes, stay safe, and I'll see you off as soon back here on What's for Tea. Bye now.